This 30-year-old government IT contractor walked in confidently and had all the ladies holding tight to their balloons. You won't believe who he finally ended up with, and their catch-up will blow her mind.
Hello, welcome in. What's your name?
Hendrick.
Endrick?
Yes, ma'am.
All right, and how old are you?
I'm 30.
And what do you do?
I'm a government contractor. I work in IT.
Okay, cool. What are some things you like to do for fun?
I call myself an adventurous guy.
Okay.
I love being outdoors, having fun, thrill seeker. That's it.
Okay. And what do you look for in a woman?
I look for somebody who's mature, emotionally intelligent, such as like they know how to deal with their traumas, their feelings, and things of that nature.
Okay. And now what are some of your deal breakers?
More than one kid. If you're too ratchet, you don't know how to turn it on and off.
Okay.
Just know how to turn it on and off.
Okay.
Don't do it too much, I like to have fun too.
All right. Sounds good. So we have not got any pop balloons. Let me hand you a pick. Hold on to that. And there's only 5 ladies, so let me have you just pop one. Just one balloon. I know you thought I was going to skip this part, huh?
This
Go ahead,
early.
just pop one.
Okay. It has nothing to do with none of you guys. You guys are all beautiful, but I'm sorry, man.
All right, your name and age.
Diamond, 28.
All right. And Diamond, why did you have your balloon unpopped?
He's pretty handsome, so I didn't really see anything wrong with him. I was just getting to hear what he had to say some more. So yeah, that's why I kept my balloon.
Sounds good. And why'd you end up popping her balloon?
I was just drawn to, the other woman. That's all.
Okay.
Thank you. All right, let's head on back this way. So we do have 4 ladies left. Go ahead and ask them a question.
All right. Ladies, how would you take care of our household in a relationship?
Okay. Let's start over here. Name and age first.
Hi, I'm Kishwan and I'm 30. And how I would take care of the house, I would clean it, of course. The dishes, I would just keep everything tidy because I'm a very clean person. I can't have a dirty fridge or anything messy or out of place. But I would also say that if you come home and you see me starting to be worn out from doing all of that, I would also, it'd be very nice if my man would come help me to handle the house, especially if it's a big house, because I plan to live in a nice home. So not an apartment for the rest of my life. So I would take care of it very well, and I'll also cook. I know how to cook, so you don't have to worry about that. Yes.
Love it.
Ane, 29. And of course, like she said, cooking and cleaning, I think that's a must. I love to cook. I don't want to be the only one cleaning, so definitely want to, share those responsibilities. But I like to keep a happy house. I think when we get stuck in a little routine at home, that can be a little boring. So I like to keep it fun because that's a place of our peace. So, yeah.
Thank you. And then over here, I'm Jabria. I'm 29. So I have a pretty busy schedule. So I've adapted a technique that works for me as far as like cleaning my house. So like cleaning as I go midweek, like Tuesdays used to be my work from home days. So I really would deep clean Tuesdays, and Sundays are always a reset for me. But I'm gonna be realistic. Like I'm going through OCS, like I have changes coming on. So I hire sometimes people to clean my house, because if I don't have the time, then that's just easier for me. So it may not be me always cleaning, but the house will be clean. Like, yeah, so.
What's OCS mean?
Officer Candidate School.
Oh, yeah. I actually knew that, but just want to make sure.
All right, who's next?
Yes, Jessica, 27. I look at it as like a partnership, and so wherever what needs to be taken care of, I don't look at it as, oh, you are a woman or you are a man, so therefore you are assigned these gender roles. I look at it as, okay, what needs to be taken care of? This is a partnership. If I see, for example, I'm just going to use this scenario. If just because there is this societal standard that, oh, men should go out and do this and that. God forbid, if you were to lose your job or something happened to you, I would step up and do what I have to do. It's no question about it. It's not he's a man, so he has to do this. It's a partnership. I don't look at numbers 50-50, 25. No, I don't look at that. I look at it as, what can I do to step into this role to help my man, and vice versa.
Powerful.
Okay, I'm gonna have you pop one balloon based off of anything you've heard so far and what you've seen.
Okay. They all had like really good answers.
I know, they did.
So that's really hard. But okay.
All right. So why did you have your balloon unpopped?
I just wanted to hear him out. I mean, I like his style. He's handsome, so yeah.
Nice. And why'd you end up popping her balloon?
I resonated more with the other answers. It has nothing to do with what she said. Honestly, this is hard. Yeah.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Okay, let's head back. We do have 3 ladies left. Go ahead and ask them another question.
Okay. I'm gonna be different.
Okay.
So imagine this is a scenario-based question. So imagine we're going to an event, ladies, and we have to take my mother with me. Who is sitting in the front seat and who is sitting in the back seat?
Sheesh. Okay, let's start down there. Oh, okay. Let's start here and then we'll go over there.
Sorry, so I would definitely want to sit in the front seat. But I just kind of have a question. How do you manage your relationship with your mom? It kind of sounds like there's a tug with.
There's actually
Your
no
mom and
tug of
your-
war. This
okay.
is a question that I was asking because I just wanted to gauge your mindset.
Yeah,
You know,
I'm definitely a passenger princess.
my mother is the type of lady that would want my lady to sit in the front seat.
Okay.
You know, so I just wanted to see, where your mind was at
Okay.
in that regards. So,
Did that answer your question?
yeah, that answers.
And what about here?
Yeah, I was literally going to say right when you said that, I'm definitely sitting in the front. I mean, I would love your mother just like how you love your mother, not as much, but I don't want to be disrespected. I don't want to be with a mama's boy. That's absolutely not going to happen. Yeah, just a respect thing.
Yeah,
Yeah.
It was honestly just a respect thing. I just wanted to see if, you would just like be humbled enough to be like, oh, ma, you can sit here. And then she'd be like, no, you are the wife.
Maybe if she had a disability or something, of course she could sit in the front. I would never if she had a walker or something. I don't know how old your mother is, but
Yeah.
of course. But if that's not the case,
She would choose the lady
Yes.
first for sure. But I just wanted to see where my
Sure.
was. That's all.
And then we did get a pop balloon.
Yes,
Let's go
ma'am.
down over here. Why'd you end up popping your balloon?
I'll just start off by saying that I do find you handsome, and I like what you were saying earlier and the fact that you articulated what you liked and your desires and things along those lines. For me, the reason why I popped it was because of the question itself. Just in the past, I've gotten questions like that and I've heard questions like that on social media, and there's always been like a frenzy around those. And for me, I just did not see the significance in the question being asked. And that's just me personally. I just didn't see the significance in it. When I think about myself and my significant other, husband or something in the future, I'm not thinking about, oh, I'm going to let his mother sit in the front. I'm going to sit in the front. I'm always going to be respectful of my elders, of course, always and forever. But that's not the first thing that comes to my mind of, well, I'm going to go ahead and let her sit up in the front because of this, or I'm going to sit up in the front. I don't think about stuff like that. And so when you asked that question, it was more so of me, I'm not going to have an answer because it's not like I'm going to blatantly disrespect your mother or she would blatantly disrespect me or expect me to sit up in the front. For me, it was just more so of I didn't see the point of the question being asked.
Mindset thing. That's all. It wasn't nothing specific. I just wanted to see where your mind was at. Because my mother is the type of lady that respects my lady first, So she would definitely choose you and tell me, like, no, let her sit in the front.
I respect that. And I mean,
I just wanted to see where your mind was at, like, with the humbleness and all of that.
oh yes, and I'm very humble. I don't want that to be confused. I'm very humble and I do respect my elders. I love elderly people. I hang around them all the time. Anybody who knows me can say that I'm very respectful towards the elderly, and I would put them before me. For me, it was just more so of the question itself and the frenzy, social media, and I'm not trying to connect the two. But for me, I just didn't see the point of asking that question. And I know the intention behind it, but the impact it had on me with it, and the point of asking, I'm like, well, he may not like my answer or something along those lines. So.
Roger that.
All right, now she's someone that's your type.
Of course. She's a nice girl.
Thank you. Okay, we've got 2 ladies left. Ladies, any questions for our guy? You do? Okay, let's start over here. What's your question?
So, what do you value most in your relationships?
I value respect. I value loyalty. Somebody who's willing to try and not give up, because life is full of ups and downs. You gotta be willing to go with that.
Okay.
Yeah.
And so I can ask multiple.
Yeah,
Okay.
go ahead.
Did we talk about kids yet? Do you have kids?
I have no kids.
Okay, you want kids.
Of course.
And are you marriage minded?
Am I what?
Marriage minded.
That is the goal.
Okay.
Within the next 2 years or 3 years, 5 years, yeah.
Okay.
With intention.
All right. That's all I have for now.
Okay. Any questions over here?
I was just going to ask what his 5-year plan was, and if it didn't have marriage in it, it would have been a huge pop.
Okay.
But a question that I would have. So where are you from? Well, where are you located?
All right, so I am from the DMV, DC, Maryland, Virginia. Shout out to Baltimore too.
My sister and my nieces live out in Maryland.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I commute from Maryland to Virginia a lot because of work.
Oh, I have family in Virginia. That's crazy.
So
Where are you?
Oh, I'm in California. Yes.
that's fun.
Yeah, it's a bit of a distance. So what does respect look like to you in a relationship? Because I would say like respect is lacking a lot in relationships. A lot of people say I love you and still hit you, love you and still cheat on you. So what does respect look like?
Respect is just that. Like, my woman is my queen. You know, I want her. I want her decision in everything I do. So I'm gonna always confide in her, and we're gonna do it as a team. It's never just my mindset. It's what we can do. It's a partnership. That's how I see it. So yeah.
Also, do you drink?
Yeah.
Or okay.
I drink sometimes. Yeah.
Okay. Do
Occasionally.
you smoke weed?
No, ma'am. The type of work I do, you know, like I said, government contract.
Yes.
I can't.
So you don't like have substance abuse issues or with alcohol, anything like that?
No.
Okay. I mean, I just have to make sure. I gotta make sure.
I can't be with
You never
anybody.
know.
Yeah, I can't be with anybody w's into that lifestyle because of my work, the nature of my job. So.
Sorry, one more question. Sorry.
Okay, last one, girl.
Last one. How well do you prioritize like your health, fitness, nutrition, anything like that?
Yes, ma'am. So right now I'm like on a fitness journey. It's gonna take at least a year. You know, it's not like a 3-month thing. I'm gonna have to do this thing for a year to see where it's at. So yeah,
And you started?
I started.
Okay.
Yeah. So that's just where it's at. I just keep going every day.
Okay.
All right. Okay, it's time to pop. You've got two, I know, two wonderful ladies left, but you do have to pick just one. So whose are you popping?
No questions, right?
No. We'll get one more when they come up here.
You guys
But
ask
for now, okay, this last, if you got a question, is it gonna help you really determine between two of them? Or are you gonna ask just any old question? Is this question gonna help you really pick?
I'll just make up my mind.
Okay. Go ahead.
It's fine. You guys are both like, yeah, this is, oh, I dropped the toothpick.
Got another one for you.
Can I? Yeah.
There you go.
All right.
Okay, go ahead.
Charlie, I'm a nice guy, okay? Just remember that. I'm sorry. But you guys, her eyes was doing something to me. So.
Oh, okay. Let's come over here then. So why'd you have your balloon unpopped?
He's a nice gentleman, nice looking, nice the way he articulated everything that he said. So that's fine.
I saw it was really, really tough, but why did you end up popping her balloon?
I popped her balloon because of the eye contact that I received from her. You know, I just felt a spark.
You felt it, okay.
Yeah.
I noticed you trying to make that connection. I seen it.
Yeah. Because it was hard. It was hard. Yeah.
Okay.
Thank you. All right, let's head on that way. I'll have you stand on that side of me, scoot over there. I'll have you stand right over here. All right, y'all. Any final question between the two of you?
Yes, I have two, but they're quick.
Okay.
So how do you feel about long distance?
Where are you located?
California. I'm closer to San Diego.
It is what it is. You know, I'm willing to work with it. That's just life. You can't control that.
And then also, like down the line, I'd like to have children. And me personally, I want to raise my children to have a very strong mindset. I don't want them to think that just because of the color of their skin, they're automatically seen as less than, or people are going to look at them or treat them a certain type of way. They have to work harder because they're black. I don't want to raise my children like that. So how would you raise your child not to have a victim mindset?
Okay, that's easy. I'm first generation Ghanaian, so life has not been easy. You know, you had to get it. If you really want it, you got to go for it. So, I mean, that's the type of mindset I would instill in the kids, you know, like nothing comes easy. You have to fight for it. So, yeah, I'm going to teach them that.
Okay, I was going to say, I don't want any kids that woo, he's me, I'm black, I can't do anything. I don't want that.
There's no
Absolutely not.
victim mindset. You against you.
Okay.
That's how life works. It's not just it's you against you.
Okay.
Are you good? Any final question? You're good?
No, ma'am.
Okay. All right. Well, then, is it a yes for you for him?
Yes.
And is it a yes for you for her? Is it a yes for you for her?
It's a yes.
You said yes?
Yes, ma'am.
We got a match!
They walked away looking all happy to this.
Since you guys ended up matching, have you gone on a date?
Charlie, I'm ladies first.
Okay.
Okay, so right after we matched, I was excited because I was like, okay, the hard part's over, so now we just have to get to know each other. Right after we had matched, I I'm trying to think. Okay, because I don't want to just hop around. I'm gonna start from the beginning. Okay, so the moment we matched, we were talking we were talking with BM, and then after BM left, him and I were speaking, getting to know each other a little bit more. And he's like, okay, so I'm gonna go grab my phone from the other room, and then I'll meet you inside. I was like, okay. So I sat back out while I was waiting for him, and then right when I sat down, when he was coming back inside, he sat next to his friend that he came with. So I was just like, like, you and I just matched. You've been with this guy throughout your whole trip, and then you sit next to him. You don't even sit next to me. So that was the second red flag. I didn't even talk about the first. Typically, when I get to know a guy for the first time, I don't like when guys try to hug me low, like try to touch the upper part of my butt, and I felt like his hugs were a little too low for me. I wasn't a fan of that. And then when I saw that he sat next to his friend, I was a little like, okay, that's interesting. We literally just matched. And then, because I remember telling you, Arlette, after I took a picture with you, you were like, oh, where's your match? I was like, he's sitting in the front seat with his friend. And you're like, no. And I was like, yes. And it was just like, that was just like the first initial reaction, like impression I got of him was he probably, I don't know why he matched with me. He probably didn't like me, whatever, because there was a match before ours. And after I saw that the other couple got matched, my standards were a little high because he immediately took that girl out on a date. And I was like, okay, so if I get a match, I'm expecting that he's going to want to get to know me immediately to take me out. And that just didn't happen. He sat next to his friend. And then he ended up sitting next to me eventually saying he lost me. He couldn't find me, but I was literally right behind him. And then after we left the building, after filming wrapped, we were talking about going out to eat because I was hungry. He asked me if I was hungry, and I was like, yeah, I'm starving. Let's go do something. He said, oh, let's go to the club. And I had told him I don't club. I don't ever. And he said, okay, so let's go grab some drinks. And I was like, well, I don't really drink like that. And I had told him that, but I was like, okay, fine. So he said, okay, so I'm gonna go ahead and I'm gonna get us a booth at a lounge. And I was like, in my head, I was like, it's still kind of like a club. But I was like, it's just to get to know him. It's first date, it's fine. Let's just go to the lounge. And then he said, okay, so let's just meet up. I think it was at like 9:30 or something. So I get there, because I have to go back to my hotel. I get there on time. He says, oh, we'll be there in 10 minutes. When he said, we'll be there in 10 minutes, I was like, I hope he's not talking about him and his friend, because I know he took an Uber driving around Arizona. So I look in my rearview mirror and I see, like 20 minutes later, by the way, I was waiting for 20 minutes. I see in my rearview mirror, him and his friend were walking behind me to go into the lounge. And I was like, man, he brought his friend on a date that's supposed to just be intimate with him and I. So like, you know what? Okay, let me see if he's gonna call me. So he texts me and says, oh, I just got here. Where are you? I can meet you at your car. I was like, oh no, it's okay. I'll meet you at the building. I get out of my car. I'm waiting outside of the building in the cold for 7 minutes. There's a homeless lady next to me tweaking. And I'm just sitting out there looking side to side, seeing people go in, seeing people go out. He hasn't come out yet. So I was like, you know what? I'm leaving. So I get in my car, I leave. And right when I left, he calls me back to back to back, like 10 different calls. I get to my hotel. That's when I look at the text message. He's asking me where I'm at because he had got me a drink. And me personally, I don't take drinks from guys I don't know. Because you didn't even ask me what drink I like anyways. I'm a margarita type of girl. So I don't know, he probably got me some Hennessy. I don't drink that type of stuff. So it was just all bad. He asked me where I was at. I told him I left. I told him why I left. And he, I don't know. It's just, we didn't, after that, the next morning, he texted me and he apologized. I accepted the apology, but then we just left it where it was at.
Okay. Hendrik, let's hear from you.
Well, first and foremost, there's always like, two sides to a story, first of all. So, to you, I want to apologize. You feel me? I didn't mean to come off like that, but I was just trying to set up the environment for us. So when I got there, I didn't know that you were there yet. So I went inside the scope to make sure everything's right, get us a little section to ourselves and get our drinks ready and everything. Not even our drinks, but like just the setting, make sure the order is good. So when I texted you and you said you was outside, I was like, okay, bet she's here. I already discussed with the people like in the bar. I told them like, yo, I got a beautiful lady. She's coming and I'm gonna make sure that she has a good time. I came outside, you weren't there. I'm thinking maybe you parked. So I walked around the building a couple times, and that's why I was calling you, because I wasn't trying to annoy you or nothing, but I was calling you to figure out where you was parked. And that was really it. It was nothing, no ill intentions at all. I was trying to just provide you with a exciting, fun night. So I'm surprised that you took it that way, because I'm not from Arizona, obviously. So I had to catch Ubers to get to the spot. So that's why I was texting you like every 5 minutes, every 10 minutes to try to update you on, where I'm at. I thought that was, good communication, but, obviously it wasn't. So I think we was just both in different headspaces. We got two different perspectives. That's really what it was. It wasn't nothing. I wasn't trying to disrespect you or none of that. Like, I was actually trying to make sure that I gave you the experience of getting to know me, So I think we went off on the wrong foot.
Well, I would say the communication was not good. You said that I'll be there in 10 minutes. Took about 20. I still have all the text messages. You said you didn't know that I was outside. I told you I was in my car because you asked me if you wanted to meet me at my car. And I said, no, it's okay. I'll get out and I'll meet you at the front of the building. So the communication wasn't bad on my end. Like, I understood everything you were saying. Maybe you weren't understanding what I was saying. There's some confusion on your end. But I just felt so disrespected. I was like, it's a first date. And then I get a girl from our episode texting me saying that you're so distraught and she's trying to tell me to come back. I didn't even respond to the girl that was on the episode with, because I don't know you people like that. Like I think it's just
I
just
don't
so
know her
much.
either, but
I just think it was just drama. And if that was your first impression, I'm okay. I'm okay.
so
I people calling me and texting
What was
me.
drama?
I just think the whole thing was just drama. Like me sitting out in my car waiting for 20 minutes when you told me to be there at a certain time. Me sitting out in the front in the cold for another 7 minutes waiting for you to come outside. And then he tells me when I explained to him I was sitting outside waiting, he said, "Oh, my phone automatically goes on D&D, so I didn't see your text message until I actually looked at my phone." And it's like, if you know that you have someone waiting for you outside, why would you have your phone just automatically just go to D&D? And I'm just sitting there like.
it only took 5 minutes from when you sent the text for me to see it, because I'm sitting there trying to, like I said, set up the experience for us. So I wasn't looking at my phone. I'm literally talking to the bartenders. I'm talking to the people who provide the sections, and I'm telling them, how I want to set it up for us. So it wasn't me trying to disrespect you and not look at your message. It was just me trying to set up the place because I didn't know you was there yet. I'm thinking, okay, she's parking. It usually takes about 5. And like I said, I'm not from Arizona, so I took an Uber there. I can't, make the Uber get there faster or slower. Like I just go with what the Uber driver tells me. And I texted you and I said, hey, Uber says I'll be there in 10 minutes. So when I pulled up, I'm thinking, okay, she's not here yet. I look around, I'm like, okay, she's not here yet. All right, let's go inside and just set up. Because like I said, my boy, he wasn't going to be a part of our thing. He was just with me because we flew out there together. We're not from the city, so he was going to do his own thing. And then when the other contestant saw me, she was confused too because she saw the effort that I was putting in while I was in there. The door was like literally 5 feet from me. So if you had walked in the door, I know you was waiting for me outside, but if you had walked in the door, I was standing right there waiting. I made sure I didn't walk away from the door so that I could see you come in. So it was just a miscommunication thing. I don't think you meant ill intentions or nothing, but like it was just miscommunication. So I just wanted that response from you as well to like kind of like want to fix it, but you didn't seem like you cared. When I'm calling you, you're not picking up.
No.
And like
Once
I was outside to take a break, and people are coming outside like, "Are you okay?" They trying to check on me because I was sad a little bit because I'm like, damn, I just did all this effort to try to make this girl's experience good, and she kind of she did her own thing. She left. So
I was hungry. I was sitting outside in the cold. I was in my car for 20 minutes. You knew I was there. So when you say, "Oh, I didn't know you were there," I literally texted you because you asked me, YWYA, where are you at? That's what that means. And I said, I'm here. Where are you? And then that's when you said, we'll be there in 10 minutes. I was sitting there in my car. You know what type of car I drive because when we were talking outside after we were done filming, we were standing literally right by my red car. It was right there in front of the building. I actually got out of my car and I went to go into the front of the building to meet with you. I thought you were going to come out and say hi to me and then we were going to go inside and have a good time.
And that's the thing, like when we was outside, I thought we were vibing. I thought everything was good. I'm sitting here asking you, what are you about to do? You're saying, oh, I'm tired, so I'm just I'm like, okay, well, let's link up, let's go eat. And then later on, when I find out that they're going to that spot, that's when I'm like, okay, you know what, let's switch up, let's go to this spot. Because, I'm not from here, so I think this spot would be good. I don't know where we're going. I'm new to the place too. So it was like,
so you guys had planned to go eat and then the plan switched?
We planned to go eat. And then I text her later, like, you know what? They said this spot is better. Let's go. That's what I'm thinking. Let's go to this lounge. And you're like, oh, it's only like 15 minutes from me. So I'm like, okay, that's even better. She's right there, so it won't be too much of a hassle for her to come. Whereas I have to call an Uber, wait for them to get here, then wait for them to take me there. So it's like, I can't.
And who's they? When you say they said this spot's better?
They is like my boy.
Okay.
Because he was doing the searching and stuff, so.
I see. Okay. And then just to kind of, I know a lot was said. So she said after you guys had matched, you were kind of like, you went to go sit with your friend. What, like, did you not want to sit next to her? Like, do you want to explain that situation a little more?
Yeah, with that situation, like I said, new experience. I'm not used to being in like a casting and all this stuff. So I'm just seeing the seats. At first, we go off and then I sit right there. I'm expecting her to sit by me, but I don't know where she's at. So I'm just watching, what's going on. And then I realize, okay, she's right here. And then I come back to her. And then from that point on, we go to the back, we start conversating. And then we go to the car and we start conversating some more. So, I mean, to me, I didn't think the timeline was that bad because everything happened so fast. It's all a new experience. So,
Just want to see you make
but in her mind, it's going fast. It's longer process. We just had two different like timelines in our mind. So,
go ahead. I see the faces. Go ahead.
Because you and I had spoke to BM, and after BM left, you and I were talking, which was great. And then you said, because our rooms were separate, the men and women were separated. You said, I'm gonna go grab my phone, and I said, okay, I'll be sitting out like where we were sitting, where the seating was. I went out there to go sit. You weren't looking for me. You darted straight for your friend to go sit in the front row. You said I thought she was gonna sit next to me. There was no seat next to you. It was literally you and your friend like this in the front row. So where would I have sat? On your lap?
No, but like I said, all of this was new experience. It's hard to process all of that once.
But you liked me. You picked me.
But that's why I thought I made up for it when I finally saw you behind me. I was like, oh, okay. And then we went outside. So in my mind, I'm thinking we made up for all that. I didn't think you was making all these preconceived, all of that the whole time that I was sitting. I thought everything was fine. We just looking at the set, So
Kushwan, once all of this happened, like when you left the club or the lounge, whatever it was, once you left, you never responded to any of his messages. Like you didn't call him back, nothing like that. That was the end of it. Me personally, I don't see a point in calling a man back that sets up something for us, and then immediately off rip, it just goes completely left. So I saw that he was calling me, and I was like, I'm not gonna call you back. I'm not gonna waste time pushing a button and saying, hello, let me hear all your lies, like, and your excuses for why I was sitting outside for 7 minutes in the cold with a homeless lady tweaking next to me. I didn't see a point in doing that. If you ever heard of, if a man could, he would, if a woman could, she would, that first couple that matched, he said, let's go. We're gonna go on the date. Took her on a date. He didn't care to watch any of the other couples go. That was the standard that I had for the man that I ended up matching with. If I were to get a match, that was the standard I had. That he was gonna be excited to learn me immediately, and we were just gonna leave. But he wanted to sit with his friend to watch the rest of the show. And then, is there a reason that you didn't just go inside once you were over there, at the lounge? I didn't go inside because he didn't meet me out in the front. I told him that I was gonna be at the front, and I'll meet you at the front. That's literally what I said. I was gonna meet him in the front. So I was just getting up.
So if there's a conflict, right, you're just gonna like jump to conclusions. You're not gonna try to work together with it, even if it's something so minor at first. I just met you, so it's not gonna be perfect from the start. You gotta give it time to brew. You gotta give it time to process. But you kind of like shut down and just ended it quick before I could even get to really respond to you, apologize, try to make things right. I mean, it was just too fast of a timeline. So you feel like Indra, like she didn't give you a chance to kind of make up for anything that was. She didn't give me a chance because if you got to know me, you would know, like, for real. Like, I would put my queen up there, like I was literally in there setting things up to make sure you had a great experience that night. So I didn't see nothing wrong with that. Yeah, it takes 7 minutes, 5 minutes. If I walk up to the bar and I'm like, yes, this girl's coming beautiful. I'm walking in there, I'm telling people you coming. I'm looking stupid. Like, I'm telling them you coming and I'm about to give you this good time. People are excited. They're happy for me, right? And then you send that text. I come outside, I'm looking around. I walked around like 2 different blocks, searching for your car because like you said, I knew what your car looked like. I'm looking for you. And you wasn't there. And you know what I did? I was like, all right, I didn't come here to be in this. I wanted to experience her and get to know her. So when you didn't show up, I didn't go back inside. I was chilling outside. I was just like, I just sat there like this. Just, man, what could I have done better? Like, what happened? Trying to process what really happened to the point where people are coming outside and trying to like make me feel better. Like, are you okay? Like, no, she'll be here. She's coming. Just give us some, stuff like that. Encouraging words. So you were confused as to why she wasn't there. Like, you didn't know what the reason was. Like, I mean, that's not a good feeling to feel like, you getting stood up. Like, I flew all the way to a whole different state. I don't know this place. So I'm thinking I'm going to get to know you specifically, not go to this club and party and have fun. No, I didn't care about none of that. I had our section ready so that we can talk, mingle, and just get to know each other. But you didn't give it time. That's all I'm saying. Like, I'm not blaming you. I understand your perspective. I see how, like, it came off. But at the same time, that wasn't the intentions. Like, honestly, that wasn't the intention. It was actually hard to get to know you in a setting like that because the music's loud, there's hookah. And because I saw that there was hookah in there, because I saw it outside on the tables. And me personally, I get headaches when there's hookah around. That's why I'm not into like the party atmosphere like that with things like that that's around. I would have liked to just get to know you on a more intimate level. Something just you and I. Not any distractions from your friend, no distractions from any of the girls that was on the episode with me. Just you and I. And I would have liked that, but it just wasn't like that. So then, I feel like you were comparing it to. I feel like you're comparing it to those other things that you saw, but in real life, it doesn't always go like, as planned. You can't really, plan for something like this. This is kind of spontaneous. So I was just trying to be spontaneous. So then my question, when he had said like, oh, I heard this place is where it's at, or, whatever it was, did you kind of like did you kind of respond back like, hey, I think we should stick to our plan? Or it was just kind of like, okay, cool. Yeah, let's go to this lounge. So when he came up with the lounge idea, he told us that when we had finished filming. Because we were talking about. So dinner was never brought up. Just no, it was. We were talking about getting something to eat, and then he said, "Oh, let's go to this." I forgot what the lounge is called. He said, "Oh, I'll get a table, and then we're gonna just go to this lounge. I'll get a table." And I was just like, "Okay, fine," because I guess there was food there too. So I thought that we were. I mean, I already knew that it was gonna be sort of still like a club setting, but I thought I was gonna be able to at least eat. I didn't eat like the whole day. Women, we have to like look. I understood you were tired. So I didn't eat. But you expressed that earlier. You were talking about how like you wanted to go to sleep and stuff. So I'm like, dang, she's tired. So it's really gonna take a lot to like get her out the shell. That's another reason why I was like, okay, if we go to this environment, she'll wake up and have some fun, dance. I like to dance. I like to have fun too. We're not gonna be bland. You know what I mean? So I don't know. I don't know what I can say, but I apologize for real. You know what I mean? Like I want to make sure that you understand that was not the intentions to ruin your night. If anything, that's total opposite of what I expected. So that's why I was hurt as well. I know you were hurt too, but I was hurt. We both were hurt.
Yeah.
So,
Oh man. Okay. Yeah. This is honestly really unfortunate. Yeah. But
Yeah, BM was rooting for us. I feel like I let him down.
we were all rooting for you in my Tyra voice.
I know.
yeah, the way you and BM came up to us, like that was special. I love that. I was like, dang, we got people actually rooting for us. We gonna make them proud, So that's why I was like, all right, I'm gonna go above and beyond, make sure. I spent money. I spent money to make sure the vibe was good. So it was like a waste. Once I couldn't entertain you with what I paid for. So, like I said, I went outside. I didn't even enjoy myself. I went outside and I just stayed outside. People saw me just sitting there. I'm like, no, I'm good. I don't know. I'm good. I'm trying to call you.
It just didn't feel
I
like.
want to communicate about it. That's the first thing. Let's just talk on the phone just to figure out what really happened. But if you close the door that quick, how am I supposed to explain?
Did you send a text message as well, and there was no response to the text message?
I looked thirsty. I was going. I was going for it.
Yeah, I texted you back. I texted you. I didn't call.
I texted you the next morning. After.
Yeah, but let's not act like we weren't texting each other literally that night as well. I wasn't answering the phone calls, but I was texting you back. I didn't answer the phone, but I was texting you back.
So you explained this to him that night over text message, like why you left and everything.
Yeah, she did. She did explain that.
He knows.
Okay.
And that's why I was calling her like, pick up. Like, let me try to make this right. But
he even said, "Oh, I'll come to you," but I was like, nah.
Once you shut
off, over it.
He was cold. Like she didn't want to give it a shot. I guess I feel bad because I made you feel like that. It was my fault.
Yes,
it was my fault.
Because it wasn't just the outing; it was everything that led up to the outing.
Right.
Like I was literally sitting in the back row watching you and your friend talking. Like I was just like, we just matched. Don't you want to sit next to me, be embraced by me, immediately? But it's just it felt like it was just, oh, bro. So this is what happened. I felt like the whole outing was something that you and your friend wanted to go do, and I was just invited to it. It didn't seem like you really wanted to get to know me, and that's how it made me feel. I'm a girl. We're always in our feelings. That's how it made me feel.
Yeah,
I'm sorry. It's just. And then one thing I didn't mention, because I do curse sometimes, but I feel like in a first impression, I don't want to hear my man saying the N-word 24/7, curse, when we literally just met each other. First impression, I would like us to talk like how we're talking right now, without all the cursing. And I did, it was just other things. It wasn't just, oh my God, it's just the outing I got upset about. It was the other things,
So for you, it was just too many little things that piled up.
Yeah.
Okay.
You should have communicated that.
But
too.
I was going to ask, so Indrik, you were in the dark about all these little things.
I was in the dark. I can't read your mind, so
So you want me to say, oh, why didn't you sit next to me? Was I supposed to have said that? Why didn't you sit next to me initially?
Yeah, say it.
I was supposed to say that?
But to me, it happened fast. To you, it happened, it was a long span. But to me, in my mind, everything is just going quick.
You and I were doing the exact same experience. You're not in this by yourself. You traveled through plane. You traveled through plane to get down to Arizona. I drove 5.5 hours from California. I didn't come down to pop my balloon or find love, just to go kick it at a club with you and your friend and whoever else was on the show. I don't care about none of those people. I literally just wanted to embrace my match if I were to have one and us have an actual connection. That drive costs money. I live in California. It's expensive. I don't make trips like that just to waste my time. This hair is expensive. I don't buy hair like this just cause I have the money for it to buy this hair, but I don't have the money to just be throwing out to Arizona like that just for absolutely nothing. That's dumb. I'm wearing this hair because it's to keep my real hair protected.
I known that.
You never drove down. But
if I had known, I would have went out my way to make sure that you don't feel like my hair costs money because I got you. You know what I mean? Just explain it like that. For real. You kind of coming on. I'm a real calm dude. You don't got to worry about me combating you or none of that. I'm a calm dude.
So Kishwan, do you shut down this very quickly if things don't go right? Is it kind of just
Normally I just take it. Normally, if there's little things that I know I wouldn't go for, I would normally just leave it alone. Just it is what it is. Let me just let it slide. I let things slide too much. So now I decided to have boundaries. If there's certain things I don't like right away, I just have to let it go. That's just me personally. I don't let things go easily because I let things slide too much, and I don't think that's healthy for me either. I mean, look at me. I'm not in a relationship yet because I let things slide too much, and I have to take some time for myself.
I'm not in a relationship either, by the way. Huh? I'm not in a relationship either.
God.
So that's what I mean by we can talk it out, work it out, figure. You know what I mean? Just don't shut down so quick. That was one of the things I said. Relationships has ups and downs. Remember I said that. And I know that stuff like this happens, and then you guys work through it because if you're in it for marriage, there's going to be way more stuff that's going to happen in life. We can't let this little thing, interrupt what was supposed to be. It shows me that she got that grit. I'll never put her through this again. I learned my lesson. You live and you learn, and I learned. Now I know everything you said. I'm like, dang, I really okay. This is how I made it.
Now you'll be mindful.
Let me make sure I don't, do certain things like this. I'll be mindful. I'll let said it. Like I said, and that's why I want to apologize to you first and foremost. I'm not gonna make it seem like everything you said was invalid. No, you felt that way. So yeah, I heard you and I understand. And I'm sorry that I made you feel like that. But off of one night, you don't know nobody. You know, you got to give it time to get to know that person. If you shut off in one time, you might, you know, stop your blessing because it's just one night. It's one night.
Okay.
Literally. I was tired. I was jet lagged too. You know, I was tired. I was like, no, I'm coming out because I want to make sure this girl have a good time. But
And in the end, what was supposed to be a simple first connection turned into a full breakdown of expectations, timing, communication, and unspoken standards that neither of them knew how to meet in the moment. Because here's the uncomfortable truth. Sometimes it's not about the effort, it's about how that effort is received. And sometimes what one person sees as, I was trying to set everything up, the other experiences as, I was left out of the moment I thought we were sharing. So the real question is, was this a case of bad timing and miscommunication, or two people who already had completely different definitions of what feeling chosen looks like? And be honest, if you were in her shoes, would you have stayed and tried to talk it through? Or once that first impression hit, would you have walked away too? Drop your thoughts in the comments and keep the conversation going.